SMT Nation, we are back. Nation, in today's video, we're going to discuss something that T-Mobile appears to really detest and really hate. They're opposing it, and this is going to make things kind of messy. Anyways, let's talk about that here in today's video. A link for the article from T-Mo News will be provided. Link is in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video, subscribe if you're new here, and turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, let's rewind. Several weeks ago, dating back probably early summer, the FCC proposed a new rule that would create an obligated, mandated 60-day unlocking requirement on all phones purchased from carriers. So this would be applied to T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, whatever carrier, prepaid, postpaid, does not matter. T-Mobile is pushing back fiercely against this new 60-day device unlocking policy. The FCC is trying to do something that is going to help consumers be more agile when it comes to switching between carriers, and it provides more phone value when they go to sell the phone, right, and move on to a new one or something like that. Because the phone isn't locked, you can have, I guess, the ability to be fleet-footed with your carriers. So the FCC filing submitted by T-Mobile reveals that executives from the company met with the FCC commissioners and a policy advisor back, I'd say probably a week or two ago, regarding the agency's proposal to enforce this 60-day unlocking requirement to all service providers that do device financing and cell phones that are locked. T-Mobile's claim is that the current unlocking rules that require users to stay with a carrier for a certain amount of time allows carriers to offer new devices at discounted rates. The company understands what the FCC wants to do, but the fear is that the new proposed rules would impact their ability to let customers pay for devices in installments, thereby undermining competition and restricting consumer choice. To me, this tells me that T-Mobile is not a fan of this, because T-Mobile won't want to subsidize phones if the phones are going to be unlocked, because customers are likely to go into absolute savage mode and probably sell brand new devices or whatever after 60 days. And the thing about T-Mobile customers, guys, some of them have like 7 free lines. And if they're going to get device financing and devices are going to be unlocked in 60 days, who's to say they're not just going to get those phones and sell them to, I don't know, however many free lines they have. You could get huge subsidized deals on a bunch of brand new iPhones and sell them. So the way that T-Mobile does their lock policy is once you've paid off your phone, they'll unlock it for you. And they would want to bypass this rule. They don't want this rule. The only company that currently deploys this rule, the 60-day unlock policy, is Verizon, and they actually used to not have a lock on any other devices. They were able to break that. They had an agreement with the FCC, and they somehow were able to pull that off. Very scummy by Verizon. They were saying that there was a lot of theft and whatever. But that kind of has become what appears to be the FCC norm and what they want to see with this new unlocking policy. I'm assuming that AT&T is going to probably, if they don't publicly have a stance on it, I think internally they probably feel the same way as T-Mobile. The problem is we have a precedent in Verizon doing the 60-day unlock policy, and that's much better for consumers. I'm telling you guys, this is the thing that the carriers don't want. They don't want unlocked phones after 60 days, after any time frame until you pay off your phone because of financial responsibilities, the phone leaving the network, and the subsidy kind of benefiting the customer but harming the carrier if a customer decides to leave and not fulfill the requirements of the term, right, for a 2-year installment plan or a 3-year installment plan. Carriers will give you the discounts in the return of you staying on the network for 2 or 3 years. That's how they get the money back on that. That's why phone subsidies, in my opinion, are very wasteful and a pain in the you-know-what, especially if you're always looking for a good deal on service. You're better off with an unlocked phone. That continues to be the message I drive home, right? Get your phones through your OEMs, trade-ins, and promotional rate, deals and financing through them gets you unlocked devices. I still say get your iPhone from Apple. I still say get your Samsung from Samsung and your Google phone from Google. Yes, the carriers give you great deals, but they lock phones, and they got all these policies, and you got to be on installments. You're financially committed to them, and you're stuck with them. And this is just what makes it dirty. Basically, what T-Mobile's saying here, guys, is they'd probably get rid of phone financing if this 60-day unlock policy happened to them and they had to enforce it. What do you guys think? Do you think T-Mobile would completely bail on phone subsidies if they have to exercise this? I have a feeling they would lose a lot of money, especially for those guys over at T-Mobile that have 7 free lines and could exercise phone subsidies on all of those free lines. That would be crazy. What are your takes on it? Sound off in the comments. You're the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.